For better context, we look to the past. The Walt Disney Company started in 1923. Walt Disney, and his brother Roy, produced a series of short, live-action animated films, in the rear of a small office. In 1937, the first Disney animated film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was produced. Snow White, Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo, and Bambi, these 5 films are referred to as the Fast Five films. They are the first feature-length films produced by Walt Disney Studios. After the World War II has ended, the studio was able to pull back together and begin working on films that had been shelved due to the war. Disney also began production on Cinderella, his most successful film since Snow White. This is the Silver Era. The Silver Era is Disney's most successful and longest-lasting era in his lifetime. Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty, 101 Dalmatians, all these classics were all produced during the Silver Era. In 1962, Sean Connery was the first actor to play James Bond, and introduced the secret agent 007 to the world. We are currently in 2 eras, the revival era. Tangled and Frozen are example of this. And the other is the live-action era such as Alice in Wonderland, Maleficent, and The Jungle Book. The first Batman movie started in 1966. And the first movie Superman does not start until much later, in 1978. The Silver Era concluded with the final film, The Jungle Book, produced before Walt's death. Disney films in the Renaissance era are generally universally accepted. The most iconic movies produced during this era are The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King, Mulan, and Tarzan. It was around this time we see the first Hollywood film to use 2D CGI, Westworld, 1973. The film used 2D computer-animated images for its robot vision sequences. Dubbed the scariest film ever made by many, The Exorcist was one of the most profitable horror movies ever made. Even after nearly 50 years, people who watch it today are still shocked. No other horror movie could ever say this. The Jaw was started without a script and cast. And the robotic shark was very difficult to work with underwater. This film almost ended Steven Spielberg's career. With a story full of hope, sacrifice, bravery, amazing space battles, and ships with incredible special effects, and a band of highly disciplined warrior with spiritual power called Jedi, Star Wars revolutionized the way people think about film. Empire Strikes Back outperforms the original Star Wars, and was the first successful sequel in the film history, followed by an awesome finale in Return of the Jedi, to complete the Star Wars trilogy. E.T. the Extraterrestrial was one of Spielberg's greatest achievements. E.T. had an incredible heartwarming impact with a happy ending, and would pave the way for future science fiction films that would involve children and their experiences with the extraterrestrial. Spielberg says the character E.T. was inspired from an imaginary friend he created as a child, when his parents split up. E.T.'s face was modeled after poet Carl Sandburg, Albert Einstein, and a pug dog. According to the film's novelization, E.T. is over 10 million years old. Steven Spielberg also stated in an interview that E.T. was a plant-like creature, neither male or female. For children, E.T. is a voyage of emotional discovery. For adults, a rediscovery of feeling we thought we had lost or outgrown. First animated film to be nominated for Best Picture, Beauty and the Beast. 4 years later, Pixar released their first feature-length animated CGI film, Toy Story. T-Rex were made with animatronics. It is a mechatronic puppets with latex skin. It is not CGI. And the Raptor was made with a guy in a Raptor suit. Titanic cost about $200 million to make, that's over $1 million per minute of screen time. The nude sketch of Rose wearing the heart of the ocean was actually done by the film's director, James Cameron. One of the movie's most iconic lines. "I am king of the world," was improvised on the spot.
Oh my god, Jack, I am flying. Jack, you are not watching.
Did you know, Hobbit's small size are created by using a combination of stunt double, green screen, and a camera trick called forced perspective. Lightsaber has no color. It is only when they are claimed by a Force user, do they take on a color reflective of the one who claims it. Green, Jedi consulars, focus on the way of the Force, such as Yoda and Qui-Gon Jinn. Blue, Jedi Guardian, more combat-oriented and aggressive, such as Obi-Wan and Anakin. Red, Sith and Dark user pour their pain and hatred into the lightsaber crystal, manifest as red lightsaber, such as Darth Vader and Darth Maul. The director, James Cameron, wanted to release the film in 1999, but special effect at the time could not reach the level he envisioned, so he delayed the movie. Facial motion capture are used to turn the actors' expression into their Na'vi counterparts. The Na'vi language sounded so genuine, because it was created from scratch by a linguist. There are about 1,000 words in Na'vi. Pandora's landscape was modeled after a real place, Zhangjiajie in the Hunan province of China. Avatar is about finding our home, finding our family, and fighting to protect that which we found and earn our place in it. By James Cameron. Avatar 2 is in production. The film's expected release date is December 17, 2021. Cameron says the Avatar sequels are a Godfather-like family saga, with plans to make as many as Avatar 5. Creator of the Marvel Universe, the legendary Stan Lee, has passed away on November 12, 2018. Rest in peace. However, his legacy will live on. After over a decade of world building and 22 Marvel films to set up the Avenger Endgame, the masterpiece is everything we hope it would be. And the box office proves it. $2.8 billion in ticket sales. Avenger Endgame surpassed Avatar as the #1 film with the highest gross box office of all time.